It's really simple. If you don't want to fall, don't do the running man. I know that's pretty lame. Anyway, we take a look at the new Ryobi P3330, which is their hybrid floor fan or hybrid surface dryer. Whichever one you want to call it, because they call it both. More when we get back. I'm Tim Johnson. You're watching Shop Tool Reviews. As I mentioned, this is the Ryobi P3330, which is their hybrid surface dryer. Now, it's pretty simple. It's basically a fan that actually draws in the air up here and pushes it out down here. So basically what it's doing is just moving more air across the surface of that moisture, across the surface of the floor, which is then drawing out that moisture into the drier air. Now, is it actually conditioning it? Not really. So that moisture is still in that air. It hasn't removed it, so it's going to be displaced somewhere else. But again, if you're conditioning the space, or like in the shop here, it really doesn't matter. It's going to just kind of get absorbed into the atmosphere, and it's not going to have to worry. Now, if you're in more of a closed space where then you could have mildew occur, something like that, then you need to have an air conditioner running or a dehumidifier running that then literally is going to pull that moisture out. But it does a great job of just putting that air across it and actually drying out that water, or in a sense, displacing that moisture into the air in a lot smaller droplets, microscopic almost, where we can't see them, and removes it off the floor. Now, here in Central Florida, come late spring and all through the summer, we have rain every day. And when I say every day, I mean like every single day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, it may only thunderstorm for 45 minutes, but we have every afternoon thunderstorms. Rarely does it not rain. Now, my shop, depending on which way we're getting any wind-driven rain, which there's always wind with it because they're thunderstorms. They're real storms. It's not like a Seattle mist, if you've ever been there. It's not like that at all. We're talking true thunderstorms every single day. So when we get that wind-driven rain out of the west, then one of my shop doors leaks water underneath it at the corners. Not a big deal. It's not like it floods the shop, but I still get puddles of water that come in. And so when I got this, I thought, you know what? I've got the perfect scenario for actually testing this. But we've had like months of dry weather now. Of course, we're not in the late spring yet, but I'm sure once I say this, it will start raining like crazy and it won't stop. But anyway, so I really haven't had a chance to try it on any rain that's crept under the shop floors, but I was able to actually take some water, dump it out, and really and truly, this is one of the easiest reviews I've ever done. You know, most of the time you're having to think of scenarios to use tools in and wait a long time by the time you actually get to use them and compile all that data, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm getting into my daily concerns, which you don't care. But with this, it was pretty easy. Dump some water out on the floor and put a divider between the fan and just the natural environment. Just see how it did. And actually, the first couple of times I did this, I wasn't filming, and I was blown away. I really didn't think that it would dry that well, especially when I saw it. Like, I saw it in pictures, and I thought this thing was going to be like this tall. I thought it was going to be this huge fan. It just looked bigger than it was. And then when I got it, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like a little paperweight. There's no way it's going to move enough air. Well, it's got two settings. It's got low and high. Low, you're moving 200 CFM, so cubic feet per minute of air, and high is 300. So it actually moves quite a bit of air, but it's very gentle. You really don't hear it. It's very silent as well. But I'm telling you, it does a great job at drying out that moisture. What you saw basically filled up a spray bottle, which I think is right at 32 ounces. So I believe that's what's at a quart. So that's right at a quart that I poured out on the floor. And really and truly, so what you saw, I think we took a little over an hour. I've got the timer running there. Took a little over an hour to pretty much dry it completely out. But within 13 minutes, it was all dry where it was sitting. So in actuality, if you were using this thing, you'd see that it's dried out that spot. Let me move it over and dry out the rest of it. And if you did that, I purposely didn't move it until it was like, well, I think a couple of spots like this big, and then I finally moved it over. But the area around it, I would say probably, a 4-foot diameter. It dried that out completely, like I'm saying, in roughly 15 minutes, like 13 minutes, I think. Then the rest of it, again, kind of beyond that scope of that fan, because it's not loud. It's not like it's roaring here, but it did a great job, again, at that kind of contained 4-foot diameter, if you will, and drying that out. And so if you move this around, it would dry that a lot quicker than, say, that hour that we took. And then, of course, you naysayers are probably going to be saying, oh, well, the other one started drying too. Well, yeah, again, we've been having dry air here in Florida. It's hot, it's 90 degrees, and it's going to dry out. But not near as much as on the other one, and that water was still pretty deep, so I moved it over to the other puddle and started drying it out as well. So my point is, this is a cheap tool for what it does. It's a small tool, so you can kind of move this around wherever you need to, put it on a shelf if you need to. The other cool thing about it is it's hybrid, meaning it doesn't run on hydrogen, just so you know. Anyway, so it runs on the Ryobi platform, the Ryobi battery, but you see also that it's got a plug here. So I can plug an extension cord into there and actually power it on a 110, 120 volts. So right out of the wall outlet to power it that way as well. But you also see this thing ran over an hour on this 4 amp hour battery. And you saw it on the video as well, but I'm at 3 bars still. So I could easily run this several hours on this 4 amp hour battery, and going up to a 6 amp hour or something like that, it's going to be even better. So it doesn't take a lot of energy either. Also, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought this was a handle. Thought this was like, okay, I've got a handle here and then I've got a Velcro handle, but no, there's more. So you're basically your caution signs, the plastic ones will saddle right here, and then you run your strap around it and you tighten it up. And so there's your sign for don't do the Running Man or stay off the wet surface, whatever you want it to be. We made our own sign, but it wasn't near as nice as the plastic ones that you probably already have. So if you're in a commercial space, you're in a retail space or something like this, great little tool to have. Again, you can go to the closet, grab this thing, pull it out, dry out that spot, again, mitigating those chances of something happening. But again, as a homeowner, as a shop owner as well, also another great tool. And this thing's only 84 bucks. So you can get this at Home Depot for like $83.97. And again, go great in the house, go great at your shop, go great in your business. You're always going to have spills, maybe leaks, what have you, water pipe leaks, whatever they may be. Great little fan for that. Moves quite a bit of air, again, for the battery power. So make sure you check this out. Again, it's the Ryobi P3330. Also keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button if you like this video. Also, the little bell notification, that's going to let you know when we have new videos available. And of course, who wouldn't want to watch those? But anyway, hey, during these times, reach out and do something nice for someone. Just kind of keep your distance. Have a great day.